Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and install some taillights today. As you can see here on the left side, I have a burnt out cluster. I got pulled over by the police and they gave me a 30-day work order, which means I have to get it fixed within 30 days and show proof of the fix, and they'll go ahead and sign it off. Unfortunately, these are not bulbs, it's the entire cluster, and I had to order it from overseas, so the delay took quite some time. So theoretically the registration is expired or canceled, so I'm going to go ahead and try to put the new ones on. They just came in today. We're going to go ahead and try to get it signed off and get it back on the road. So these came from ECPS out in Poland, so thank you guys for shipping these out as fast as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, take a look at them, and then try to install them ASAP. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure at this point he hates me. I almost don't want to install them today. That's a lot. Alright, here we are. After about 40 minutes of unwrapping the bubble wrap, the tape, the saran wrap, and then the felt. We got it done. I do appreciate them wrapping up so much to protect these, but I absolutely hate the feeling of saran wrap on my hands, so that was very unpleasant. But here they are, clear black taillights. I went ahead and also ordered the carbon inserts from ECPS. They go on just like that. Oh man, that looks beautiful. So go ahead and do it for both sides. And I did notice that there are a lot of areas where moisture could potentially get in, so I'm going to go ahead and do a preventative seal all around here with silicone. And while we let that dry, we're going to go ahead and uninstall the red taillights. So let's get started. Just got done putting silicone all around the edges. I don't even know if you can see that, but just went ahead and put a bead all the way around that seal. There was already a seal there, but you can actually start to see some of the gaps form, so I went ahead and reinforced all that. I'm going to go let this dry, flip it over, do the other side, and then in the meantime, while those are drying, we're going to go ahead and knock that guy out right there. Okay, we're in the trunk. To get the taillights out, there are these knobs right here. There's one right here, one down there. We're going to go ahead and screw that out. I believe on the older ones they had 3 of them. I have a 2013 and I only see 2, so we're going to go with that. Underneath there should be a nut holding the bolt on, and I believe it is a 19mm. So I have a 19mm deep socket, and we're going to go ahead and get those off on both sides here. On the right side, one is right there, and there's another one inside of that fuse box there. So we'll go ahead and get those off, and then we're going to use a flathead to but take off the connector piece, and we should be able to get these 2 free. got the left side out, which was the problem child. The two knobs that I was pointing to was this guy and this guy way up here. I did not see this one because this was actually inside of the liner. So I had to pull the liner apart, pull it out, and it was just a flat nut right on here. It didn't have any one of those covering knobs, which is right here. Kind of deceptive, so it took me a little bit to kind of figure that out. But that is it. So here is the tail light. Those are the three that you see there. The connectors right here under the middle. This is a terrible job. I'm trying to do everything out one hand here, but yep, those are the three there. So the way this guy works here is he is clipped in like that. Let's see if I can focus. Doesn't want to focus at all. Oh, there we go. So he's clipped in right here, took a flat head, and pulls this red guy out like that. So he comes out, so he clips in like that, get the flat head and just kind of wiggle that out until you can pull it out by hand, and that releases the clip so you can just slide right on out. So that's it on that guy. 3 on that one. I gotta remember 3. All right, let's go ahead. Got the second one out much faster. Learning curve helped. That one is again 3 bolts there with the clip, and I had to pull the liner out just a little bit on the inside of the trunk just to get that last bolt. So I think what happens really is this channel right here, when it rains, it comes down through here and then it soaks into the top of the taillight. So if you look at how the taillight is here, the water will run down into this top region here. And this area has a crack in it, which is probably what gave it a failure in the circuit board. So there's definitely like a little hairline crack right here, and the seal here is starting to wear away. Okay, so while we wait for the taillights to finish drying on the silicone, we're going to go ahead and do the center light. So I got a center clear light. These came from Aston Martin Upgrades. They had the weather stripping already attached to it, the new one. I just went ahead and ordered some adapter screws just in case I couldn't get the old ones off the taillights, but they go on the new ones. Yeah, we'll get a trim tool. We'll take I think 4 little tabs off and a T30, and we'll go ahead and get that center light. There's the trunk. I am basically laying on my back, but those are the 2 tabs. One right there, and then there's one over here on the side of it, and one on the other side of it. Can't really see it, but those pop off and you can pull this carpeting back, and I believe there's a T30 that you gotta unscrew and get that center light out right on top of there. It's focused, but yep, go ahead and do that. Those are the tabs right there. Just got done with the center light. That was a pain. So basically, like I said, we had 4 tabs to remove. You'll see them right there. 1, 2. They were absolutely a pain to remove with the trim tools. Almost felt like you're gonna break them, but there were 2 right here, and then 1 right here on the other side, and 1 right here. The T30 was for the leather strap. Take the T30 out, and then there's a plug right on top of there that just gets removed. There's 2 7mm or 8mm, can't remember. It's probably 7mm bolt and a washer that holds those 2 on. You got to do that very carefully so you don't drop them behind the liner. And then pull the old light out, put the new one in, put the nut and the washer back on. Carefully plug it back in, and then button up the carpet and put the T30 leather strap back on. and you are done this portion. So at this time, I think the taillights are ready to go back in. So we're going to go ahead and start doing those. Taillights. I put all the adjuster screws back on. This is from the original. I got 2 new ones over there. I don't know why. I just didn't know if I was going to need it or not. But basically, these are the adjuster screws. So what I did was I screwed them all the way into the taillight, and then I'm going to go ahead and position the taillight where I want them, and then go ahead and back these out to adjust so that the taillight sits flush. And then we're going to go ahead and put these new seals in. Then it's going to be the washer, then the lock washer, and then the nut, and then the caps. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Finished up. We're gonna go ahead and give it a test. If you want to hit the lights, ooh, that looks pretty. Brake, turns, okay, nice. All right, and the center light comes on, beautiful. All right, well that's a wrap. So far, fairly straightforward. The adjuster screws were a little bit difficult to align the taillights, and obviously the you don't want to over tighten them, because that is what initially cracks the seals on these plastic housings anyway. But go ahead and get another video in the morning when it's light out. But so far so good.